Blog Talk Radio. Hi everyone, this is Camille from sunny California, and you're listening to the Coffee Chat with Camille show, which is a podcast series that interviews various guests about real-life topics for people who love to learn. Hey everyone, I hope you can hear me. I'm in the middle of the show here. I was having technical difficulties, so I'm going to keep it moving. And I think my guest is on hold. So just if you can hear me, just continue to hold, please. Just give me one moment so I can introduce. The title of our show is Faith and Perseverance with Nicolas Natali. And one moment, I was having some difficulties here. His bio, as seen on Business Insider, Nicolas Natali is an entertainment entrepreneur with a technical background. He worked as a software engineer and a software project manager for the Department of Defense for 4 years. Nicolas hosts and produced one of the top entrepreneurship podcasts in the world. The podcast has over 100 episodes and has reached over 30 countries around the globe. He's been a trained actor for over 4 years in long-form dramatic improv and comedy improv. He's also performed in hundreds of internet commercials, 30-plus narrative projects, and has created over 550 of his own online videos. Last but not least, he has been a video editor for 8 years. For you, the audience, you can check out Nicolas at nicolasnatali.com. Okay, so let's get into the interview right now, and hopefully you can hear me. Let me see. Hello, Nicolas, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I was having technical difficulties, so I do apologize. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the interview. I appreciate you so, and thank you so very much for your patience. For our very first question, can you share a story with us about what brought you to this specific career path?
Sure. This specific career path, what I do now is I run a podcast service agency. So I help entrepreneurs that may not have a lot of time to get their podcast off the ground. I'll pretty much do all of the dirty work, and they get to have all the fun work of showing up to the microphone and executing on their topic of choice. We'll write the scripts, we'll write the outlines, and they can have all the fun. How I came to this point was I went to school at a private university, and I accumulated $60,000 in student loan debt, and my remedy for this was to move into a 1986 Chevy Suburban and live off as little amount of money as I could so I could put everything I had toward my student loans. And over that time, I started to see come up to the burb in various capacities. Some people were homeless and just wanted someone to talk to. Other people were fascinated by the makeshift camper setup that we had, and they would strike up a conversation, and I realized to myself that I wish other people could also be listening in on conversations like this. So I started a podcast that I did out of my Suburban, and over time, I've just gained momentum, had some lessons learned along the way, and now I'm helping other people do the same thing.
Okay, that's awesome. And then, what are some of the most interesting and exciting projects you are working on now?
One of the more exciting and interesting projects I'm doing right now is I'm working on filming a monologue with he's my audio engineer for my podcast, and we both love the show The Bear that's on Hulu. It's with Jeremy Allen White, and there's a scene at the end of the season, I believe it's episode 8, where he is telling his Al-Anon group why he is struggling with getting his restaurant to be successful. So we're going to recreate that, reshoot that, and film it, and I'm excited about it. That's probably the most interesting project I have brewed up right now.
Okay, thank you so much. And then for our last question, which tips would you recommend to your colleagues in the music industry to help them to thrive and not burn out?
I think for all creative endeavors, it's establishing boundaries and expectations from what you expect of yourself and what you expect from others. So burnout typically occurs when we're not listening or not following one of the boundaries that we have established previously. So working ourselves into the ground, or taking on tasks that we know we should say no to, those are the fastest ways to strike burnout. In regards to almost anything else that we desire to be successful at, it's truly a consistency game. I think anything that's in the entertainment or creative-esque space, sometimes it's merely surviving long enough to beat out your competitors. So being consistent week after week and taking those rests in between so you can be the person that's been doing it for 20 years, not the person that stopped after 3.
Okay, thank you so very much. It has been a magnificent interview. And also, I'd just like to know, what is your favorite coffee or hot beverage?
Ooh, that's a great question. My favorite coffee is, I feel like I'm a big, more creamer than coffee kind of guy. So a nice hot cup of Joe that I can just fill up with vanilla creamer. That's my coffee of choice.
Okay. All right. Magnificent. And then where can our audience find you, or can you please let our listeners know what your social media handles are, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a podcast called The Nicolas Natali Show. And then all of my handles are my name, Nicolas Natali. It's Nicolas with a K, though, so don't get thrown off. NICKOLASNATALI.
All right. Thank you for being our guest today, Nicolas. And I appreciate you so. I apologize for the delay there due to our technical difficulties with the studio. But it's been a pleasure having you on the show. And thank you so much again. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been awesome. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye for now. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay, there we have it. That was Nicolas Natali. He is absolutely magnificent, a real trooper. I mean, that is a heck of a way to get rid of your student loan debt. I think, that's really like innovative, right? And so new age. To live out your suburban and then just wing it from there. And I just think so creative. And that's why I admire the creative community in general. And I'm actually a part of it, is just the innovative ways that we come up with. And I will say not me, but the innovative way that Nicolas had came up with in order to come up with a how can I say this? With a way to express himself in the long run is magnificent. And so I want to thank you, Nicolas, thank you for being a guest. Thank our listeners. I hope you gain knowledge and learn something, because that is, in fact, what this podcast is all about. If you ever read the show notes, what is my podcast about? It is absolutely here for our listeners to learn. It's just simple. Okay? So this one was on faith and perseverance with Nicolas Natali. And if what he did not just share with you doesn't make you have faith in yourself and also know what it is to have it by listening briefly to his story, and also to read his bio, I have it actually in the show notes. Okay, you know what? I just realized something, that when I put in when I put in the show notes his why you should visit his website, the print came out looking kind of funny. I'm not sure why that happened. But at any rate, if you have faith and perseverance that you can do anything, and he is mega awesome. So please read those. You can find this episode at coffeechatwithcamille.com. Okay, and then I hope all of you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much to the American, Canadian, South American, European, and Asian community for supporting my show. I really appreciate you so very much, and keeping me afloat here, folks. All right. So again, bye for now, everyone. And I hope you're doing wonderful. Thank you again for listening. Thank you so much to my guest, Nicolas Natali. Bye.